Take Up Your Bed Now and Run, written and narrated by Brother Frank Natoli. While many of us have a favorite hymn from the beautifully inspired hymns of praise that have touched our hearts and brought tears to our eyes, the songs of Zion are unique to our church. They're songs that belong to a new time. They belong to a new era. They belong to our people. They're songs sent from the throne of God as a gift to the Church of Jesus Christ. They are inspirational and related to Christ and His promises of the latter-day times and events. This gift was given to our late Sister Arlene Buffington as our songs of hope and joy, looking forward to the fulfillment of the kingdom of Zion, bathed in the latter-day glory of the restoration. Today's focus is number 162, Take Up Your Bed Now and Run, by looking at the meaning and the application of the song, because it's too easy to sing without paying attention to the words and their meaning. 4 verses. We read, there's a set time for Zion, and children, the set time has come. So send out the word to the dying, take up your bed now and run. So many were wounded in battle, where pain brought down many a one. But Zion calls out to her children, take up your bed now and run. We read of the first great dominion and of its returning again. The garden is blooming this morning. Take up your bed now and run. The Lord named this lovely land Beulah, a refuge to all who would come. No longer called lost nor forsaken. Take up your bed now and run. Into the Garden of Eden, into the arms of God's Son. The dead there are raised, and the wounded revived. So take up your bed now and run. Copyright 2007, Arlene Leah Buffington. Now, the first verse speaks of a set time for Zion. Now, some may feel there's a specific date when Zion will be established. Many thought that on January 1st, 1970, an immediate change was going to take place. But if we examine Psalms 102, verse 13, and its Hebrew translation, we might get a more clear understanding. The verse reads, Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her, yea, the set time is come. Now, the psalmist David wrote this over 3,000 years ago. He was clearly speaking prophetically of the coming of Zion, and in Hebrew, the reference to a set time literally translates into an appointed season for a congregational feast or gathering. And isn't this true? That Zion will be established as a place of gathering for the righteous who love and accept Jesus Christ, those of Israel as well as Gentiles. It's not a specific date, it's a specific season or dispensation of time. The second verse speaks of those wounded in battle. And if we search the scriptures, Bible, Book of Mormon, we read hundreds of passages that refer to those who fought battles, many of whom were wounded and died. Many went into battle willing to stand and defend the standards of righteousness, just as Moroni and his army were willing, in memory of our God, our religion, and freedom, and our peace, and our wives, and our children. Alma 46:12. The third verse speaks of the first great dominion. That connects to the chorus and the Garden of Eden, which was the first dominion. The word Eden in Hebrew means delight or enjoyment. In the Old Testament, Eden is often a symbol of an environment that was not only beautiful, but also plentiful. God had in mind not merely an environment of vegetation, but for a relationship through fellowship between God and Adam and Eve. Spiritually, Zion, like the Garden of Eden, symbolizes a rich and fertile place of fellowship with all who would come, including Jesus, no matter their race or nationality. See Isaiah 62, verses 1 through 4. The last verse tells us that Zion and its inhabitants will no longer be called lost nor forsaken, meaning that the people of God We'll have a gathering place, a place of joy and happiness, a place where we will be united under the banner of Jesus, where the government will rest upon his shoulders. Isaiah 9:6. And finally, just as Jesus healed the lame man and told him to take up his bed and walk in John 5:8, the chorus reminds us and encourages us to be equally excited and run with joy, because it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Isaiah 2:2. What a wonderful excitement we have and hope. Our hope in Jesus and our excitement in the latter-day prophecies being fulfilled. May God bless you. If you're interested in learning more about the Songs of Zion, or just listening to the songs, there's a link to the Songs of Zion website.